Good morning, everyone. Got people still coming in, which is great. Well, good morning, and I want to welcome you to the final Fireside Chat of 2025. It's been quite the year. It feels like, 25 was just a blink of an eye. It really, really does. I probably say this every month, but, I cannot believe we're at the end of the year. We're literally weeks away from 2026. So I want to open us up this morning with a bit of reflection. And this reflection is from the book of Enoch, and it's translated by our very own George Nicholsburg, who I've learned is the leading scholar on the book of Enoch and as well as translator. And so it says, "Let your hearts be strong, for your work will be a testimony for the days to come." And that feels just especially true this year because if we're honest, 2025 felt extraordinarily chaotic at times. We were charting just this, unknown territory and a new course for Horizon House where, we've been redefining our systems, rebuilding our processes, and stretching ourselves in ways that we've not done in a long time. And so we were doing that with a lot of unknowns. It was not business as usual. And it hasn't been business as usual for a long time here, but this year was kind of where the rubber met the road. But as we really leaned into data, I have always wanted to lead a data-driven organization. It is the truth. And for any of our data scientists in the room or our scientists, you know that. You understand that. And so this year we really leaned into data. And as we studied kind of the patterns that we saw, and we looked more closely at what was actually happening across the organization and not just relying on anecdotes, something shifted. We really gained clarity. We saw, what problems really mattered most to us. And we began to understand how to solve those problems thoughtfully and sustainably. And most important, we did this together. We did this collaboratively. There's this Ethiopian proverb that I love. I love the visualization of it, and it captures this beautifully. It says, "When spiders unite, they can take down a lion." And that is how 2025 really did feel. It really did. I think about, this time last year, what we were thinking about doing and facing, and the shift that needed to happen in order to make it happen in such a short amount of time. But we united and we took down several lions. This year, it showed us, really the truth of this, and that no single person, no single department or shift carried 2025 alone. The strength really did come from our unity. It was from each of us contributing, our piece to something larger, something greater than ourselves. And we saw this, I think, in a beautiful way. Last year we went through this process where we wanted to really understand and measure the culture of Horizon House. So we did this through this kind of values survey. It was sort of like an employee, satisfaction survey, but much deeper. It didn't ask questions like, how do you like working here? It really looked at how did people's individual values align with the organization and where they wanted the organization to go. And we've really leaned into the things we learned from that all year long. And as a part of that work, there was a culture team established through volunteers throughout the organization in all types of departments that were non-management. And this team worked extremely hard all year long, really looking at our core values. And the core values for all of you here today, we're going to peek behind the curtains a little bit and kind of understand a little bit more about those things that we do to make Horizon House, operate, things that you may not see. And our teams, we really look at the values. It's what drives us. It's what we lean into. It's what helps us do our work. And so in 2025, this culture team began to come together and work, and they looked at how many values we had. We started with 8, and they thought, how many people even know the values? 8 is a lot to remember. How can we expect people to live out something that they can't even remember? So they worked thoughtfully together to come up with 4 of the values that really resonated and could capture all the things that those 8 values illustrated. And so what we were left with was collaboration, respect, integrity, and stewardship. And then that team went a step further. They really looked at, how can the collective we use those values? And then they drilled it down to how can the individual person really live those values? That was a tremendous amount of work, but it is work that will help carry us forward, and it helps us have a common language and a common place from which we operate. We had a lot of things that you saw this year that really worked well. How many of you had a chance to, or have had the chance to go up into assisted living by a show of hands? The dining room, the living room, just the entire look and feel of assisted living has changed. We've also had a cultural shift in assisted living. We've moved away from a long-term clinical model to now being a true extension of what Horizon House is. We see our friends there. We enjoy visiting them. We see them happy there. We see people thriving. We see people from assisted living coming down. We see people from independent living going up. We are really realizing what we were always meant to be, and that is a continuum. And so that was work that all of us saw. That was achievement that all of us saw this year. And there were things behind the scenes that, people, they don't notice, but I tell you, they really make us a stronger organization. And stronger is meaningful for us. Stewardship is something that is so important. And looking out at all of you, you are the people we owe the gratitude, but also the responsibility of stewardship too. Because your investment in Horizon House is what funds it, fuels it, across the board. And so we do owe it to you to be good stewards. And that stewardship really came on strong this year in operational efficiency. So this year, just so you know kind of what's going on behind the scenes, we finally got a new employee intranet. And that intranet is like your HH Connect. But we didn't have a way to talk to all of the employees throughout the organization. We have employees that don't sit in front of a computer any time of day. We have employees on third shift who don't necessarily know what happens during the day. But this intranet, it was an opportunity for us to stay connected to people, to help people stay informed, just like all of you are able to do with HH Connect. So we launched that this year. We love seeing, all of the users go up, and when we post things, seeing how many people are actually looking at it, because that tells us that employees are more connected and more engaged. Also very proud. We have a lot of employees here, as you know, and we're constantly bringing on new employees. And so we really needed to revamp what that looked like. It was very laborious for us. 3 years ago when I got here, a lot of the work we were doing was paper and pencil, which made it a nightmare for our small but mighty human resources department, and it gave a lot of opportunity for error. We're about 99% electric, digital, whatever you want to call it, and that's made us have far more efficiency and accuracy. We have revamped our hiring process. Our leadership team went through a process of really looking at what are the competencies that are important, especially for leadership. What does it mean to be a leader at Horizon House? We've thought that through. We went through a brand new onboarding process that is focused more on culture. We know it's so important for people to be a good culture fit here at Horizon House. Many skills we can teach people, but that culture fit matters. And so we're focused more on the beginning on culture. And then, later we do the policies. So that was a complete revamp. And there are a lot of departments that are involved in welcoming people to Horizon House so that new hiring experience is positive and people want to stay here. We made significant strides in reducing our lost revenue days. It's important for us to help people who want to join Horizon House move in sooner. And again, that message of stewardship. When we have vacant units, that means we are missing out on revenue. So we have worked hard to understand what our barriers are, and we're confident that we can eliminate those and move forward. We deepened our ties with the greater Seattle community, and even the state of Washington through volunteerism, board service, and even leadership roles. If you see Our own Eli Lemansky, congratulate him. He is now the board president for the First Hill Improvement Association, which is very important to us. We have received quite a bit of national recognition this year. We've been asked to do conference presentations at a national level. We've won awards, and we have just been really confident in telling our own story the way in which we see it about Horizon House, and letting people know who we are, what we are, and what makes us unique. So that's been, a wonderful achievement. But each of these achievements, there's just a thread in the web that we built together. And so, looking ahead to 2026, it's going to call on us to deeper that unity with greater accountability. You're going to be sick of, everybody in the organization is going to be sick of hearing me talk about accountability, because we can't really achieve our goals, and we really have to achieve our goals to continue to strengthen and expand our mission. And so that's going to be with greater accountability, operational efficiency, and service excellence. You're going to see some changes in how we schedule services, how we coordinate work, and how we manage our calendars. And every one of these changes, they really come from a place of stewardship, caring responsibly for our resources and delivering exceptional service to you all. And so as we enter this holiday season, I really just want to simply say thank you. Thank you to everyone who makes Horizon House what it is, all of you here residents, all of our team members. And I wish each of you just a season filled with warmth, connection, joy. And I look forward to stepping into 2026 together. We have a lot of work to do, but we want to do that with strong hearts, that shared purpose, and full of confidence that amazing things can happen when we unite our efforts. And so today we have, again, a robust agenda for December. I'm going to turn it over to Brenda, who is going to do our new staff introductions. Thank you all for showing up today.
Good morning, everyone. So we have a few new hires that have joined us since our last Fireside Chat. In our Life Enrichment Department, we have Christiana and Vanessa, who have joined us as On-Call Life Enrichment Associates. For those of you that aren't familiar with On-Call, that means that as we have people taking vacations and needing their time away from work, they're able to step in and ensure that we can continue the care. We've also welcomed Walter back. Walter's worked in a lot of different positions here at Horizon House, as many of you probably know, but he's joined us as a driver. So you'll probably be seeing him a lot more on your fun adventures. And next, we also have Rashad, who's joined us as our security officer. We also have one milestone for this month. For those of you that are not familiar with milestones are every 5 years of service that we recognize the commitment that employees have provided to our organization. And this month we have Ferdinand from our Environmental Services Department, who is with us for 10 years. Now, Ferdinand's last day was actually yesterday, as he leaped into retirement himself. So we're really excited for him in his new adventure. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Valerie for new resident introductions. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Before I introduce you to a few of your newest neighbors, I just want to say a huge thank you for everyone that participated yesterday. 24 of you opened up your homes to about 150 future residents. Biggest post-pandemic attendance we've had, so thank you. Wayfinders who helped welcome and direct people, and everyone else who I just saw helping direct to people and greeting them and welcoming them. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a huge success. I have an inbox full of thank you emails that should be shared with all of you. It was great. But what I'm officially here for, to introduce some new residents. First up, Michelle. She's hiding in the back. Would you mind just waving? Thank you. Michelle was born in San Francisco. She earned her BA from San Francisco State and worked as a development director in arts and healthcare. She is a longtime downtown Seattle resident who has quickly gotten involved in the community, for which we're grateful. Welcome to Horizon House, Michelle. And Roz, over in the corner. Roz was born in Detroit. She earned her BA in anthropology and MA in gerontology, along with professional certifications in both care management and guardianship. She worked as a geriatric care manager, professional guardian, and as a volunteer with King County Bar Association, St. Benedict's Church, Underhill House, Seattle Audubon, the Nordic Museum, as a Sound Striders leader. She's interested in arts and crafts, theater, walking, hiking, yoga, Zumba, travel, birding, various cultures and heritages, Seattle history, the outdoors, and of course is a member of the Seattle Sierra Club Mountaineers, Historic Seattle, Southwest Seattle Historic Society, Seattle Public Library Foundation, Seattle Audubon, and local museums. So if one of you can't find something in common with her, welcome to Horizon House, Roz. And Lois Luchins. I thought I saw Lois. Oh, right in front of me. Good morning. Lois was born in Rhode Island and earned her BA from Trinity Washington University. Her work career was in social change and advocacy services with victims of gender-based violence. She was an early staff member of King County Rape Relief, a founding member of the Women's Funding Alliance, worked for the state of Washington, distributing state and federal crime victims funding to community organizations and tribes. Lois served on the board of the National Coalition Against Sexual Assault, was board chair of the King County Domestic Violence Coalition, served as coaching circle leader with the King County Executive Alliance, and retired after serving as the executive director of New Beginnings for 20 years. Welcome to Horizon House, Lois. And I will turn it over to Ildiko.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ildiko Pikali, and I'm delighted to recognize the incredible volunteers of Horizon House. Got it. This special group of independent living residents brings tremendous value to the daily lives of our assisted living community. Over the past few years, we have shared video messages highlighting the importance of this asset from the perspective of our volunteers and the Horizon House leadership. This year, we turn to our residents for their thoughts. In this message, you will hear from both independent and assisted living residents as we explore the many ways to stay connected. We are also fortunate to have a few external volunteers, such as Annie von Hagen, who leads our Friday afternoon art program. This program has become a vibrant social hub for art lovers. And Joseph Callahan, who leads the memoir writing group, has helped about 5 residents publish their memoirs, a truly remarkable achievement. Our 33 assisted living enrichment connectors visit assisted living residents regularly, bringing companionship and joy. The escort group, coordinated by Jen Coriston, has 18 dedicated members who accompany residents to program and events. The visitors group, involving of 12 carefully paired friends, is organized by Karen Fern. Our musicians, with 9 volunteers and up to 10 singers, there you go, continue the wonderful 45-year tradition of providing live music under the guidance of Georgia Nelson, who has led this group for decades. Similarly, the flower group, with 6 members, brightens our dining rooms with fresh-cut flowers, a special touch that everyone enjoys. They are always looking for new members, so if you are interested, please reach out to Elsie Grossman. Words cannot fully express our gratitude for these volunteers' contribution. We deeply appreciate their presence and the happiness they bring to our residents and families every day. Thank you.
It's often said that volunteers are the heart of any organization. Here at Horizon House, that couldn't be more true. Each of you gives your time, your energy, your compassion, not for recognition or reward, but simply to make difference in lives of our residents.
If they should be a volunteer, well, it depends on what they want to do, but I think they would find it rewarding because the seniors I live with, look to interacting with other people outside of Horizon House that bring a different perspective, and it expands your horizons.
Oh, my name is Nancy, and this is my niece sitting next to me.
What's her name?
Her name is Andrea.
What's my nickname?
Annie. We all call her Annie. I'm so glad that you come, and everybody enjoys being with you and being inspired.
Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I'm glad it makes a difference.
What is Jen and Friends, Dorothy?
It is a discussion group, and Jen goes around a circle and has a statement from each person of what is special about the day, or a worry that someone might have that we can share and make better. And she's just such a warm, outgoing soul. I mean, everyone here is very friendly and all, but Jen makes such a point of who are you and what are you thinking today?
It is very helpful to have an outside touch. We can be pretty isolated as a community, and so it really is very good to have somebody come in and bring something fresh.
Do you like coming here and doing art together?
Sure.
I like it. Yeah.
What do you think about the volunteers who come to Horizon House and help you out?
They're nice.
They're nice.
Very nice. The people here are good to them. Because a lot of old people are very cranky. So you have to be patient with them and love them and help them.
The people you will meet at Horizon House are an absolutely amazing group. I can't begin to tell you how many wonderful people I've met here.
Well, it's nice to see everyone doing art, but also talking to each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes we listen to music while we're doing art. Sometimes we've even fallen into song together.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fun.
It's true.
Funny how we all know the words to some songs.
Whether you visit to share in friendly conversation, help with activities, read a favorite book, or simply offer a warm smile, your presence brings joy and comfort to everyone.
Thank you. I turn this next topic to Eli.
Thank you, Ildiko. I'm Eli Lemansky, the Director of Construction and Renovations, and I'll give you an update of our projects, of our disruptive construction projects that are intended to beautify, ultimately, our environment, our home, your home. So currently underway, we still have that second floor project We really do hope to finish the assisted living activity room and the assisted living offices before the end of this year. That's still on track. The executive offices that we're completing that are required to move the executive row up to the second floor so that we can, start construction of that university cafe. That is expected to complete around February. So it's all coming up. Just to show you some pictures of progress, this is the second floor, the new staff break room for the assisted living staff, and also a little training nook that we're making for them. And then this is the new activity room for the residents. And this is some progress photos of the executive offices side of the project. So we're still a little bit of ways. But February, we're told February, we're on track for February. Okay, new accounting offices. And then recently we we recently created that egress pathway for the dining room. And, somebody asked me, it's like, gosh, Eli, this feels a little narrow. If the West Tower is expected to be on the other side of this temporary wall, isn't this a bit narrow? Well, the intention is that when the West Tower is built, so where that dashed yellow line is, that's going to be the ultimate width of that corridor, in case anybody's wondering. But, it'll be built with the West Tower. And just a reminder, anybody who has a question or a comment, please feel free to use the comment box down outside of Brian Holtz's office on B1. And this last round, I really do appreciate the compliments. So thank you. Feel free to comments can include compliments. So thank you. And just to let you know, with our West Tower Speaker Series coming up late January, the intention is that we put more emphasis on what the new West Tower will bring for the entire community in terms of amenities. So specifically, the B2 level, which will be perfectly explained during the presentation, will be a destination for the entire community. So we should all be looking forward to that. And that'll be around late January. And then also future projects, University Cafe. We expect construction to start, in the early portion of 2026. And then the terrace dining room will, be a subsequent year from that. And then also ultimately, we're going to refresh the lobby and package room, the main lobby of our main lobby. You know what I mean. Okay, and then just to speak on behalf of the First Hill Improvement Association, I really do, it tickles me when I see Horizon House residents participate in these events. We've really established ourselves as a major part of our neighborhood. And, Skyline recognizes it, and, the various, people who attend our churches and stuff like that, they all know that Horizon House has a great presence when it comes to the First Hill events. So coming up, currently, right now, if anybody wants to donate clothing, for instance, you can email hello@firsthill.org, and the Salvation Army and the Wheel Center will coordinate a pickup to ensure that the clothing that you donate goes to people in need in our neighborhood. So, and maybe we want to organize something where we just make it one pickup, or concentrate the number of pickups. So I'll something to talk about. Also coming up as an event is free movie night at the mansion. So this is the Simpson Green mansion just down the street. But you do need to register because space is limited. But it'll be Knives Out. If anybody has not seen that movie, it's a very clever mystery movie. Yeah. What's that? The Knives Out movie. That's the. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's So this is the first one in the series. There's a couple of similar movies of the same genre by the same writers and director, and Knives Out was the first one. It's a really clever movie. Yeah. All right, dining update, Jeff Townley.
Thank you, Eli. All right, well, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Coming right off of a busy week of Thanksgiving, so just want to share a nice little picture. We had a nice full bird out on display for Thanksgiving brunch that day. We served about 250 meals. Both of our seatings were basically completely full, so it was a really good event. I hope everybody enjoyed the food. It was my only chance to get a classic turkey dinner because my sister cooked prime rib and all that. So I was very happy to get that. And then I took some home and had the stuffing about 4 days later, and it was still delicious. So I hope everybody enjoyed that food. Now moving on, we got some more holidays coming up soon. So this year for Christmas Eve, we're going to do one of those 3-course special menu dinners. So that'll be from 5 to 7. Hoping to have that menu out either in this packet this week or next week. I know Chef Joey's working on that currently. And that'll be our normal dinner service at night from 5 to 7. So we're really looking to put on a real nice dinner for that. And no special signups for that, so you can make reservations right now for that if you are wanting to join us that night. And then Christmas Day will be very similar to Thanksgiving. Reservations have opened for that, and we'll be doing 2 seatings on Christmas Day at 12 o'clock and at 2 o'clock. So reach out to me, Oliver, or Yanni if you would like to make a reservation and you haven't done so already. And the menu for that should be coming out very soon as well. And then the last holiday, it's just back to back to back. We got New Year's Eve coming up. So like we've done in the past, we'll have a really nice 3-course dinner. We'll do a pre-order on that. Reservations will begin next Tuesday. So join us at the host stand at, I think I said 3 o'clock. I'll put the information in the packet this week about the time on that. But join us for that, and we'll have the menu ready for you as we sign up for that day. So really looking forward to that. So busy month for dining services. We're looking forward to everything, and should be a lot of fun. Last thing I want to talk about, we've been kind of talking about it over the last few months, but we're going to be sunsetting the open table reservation system and switching over to the full count system. So that's going to start January of 2026. The new location for the ordering is going to be through the K4 app at this point. So it's the same place that if anybody's ordering food online, it'll be right in there. And you'll actually be able to see the tab for reservations now, and you can go play around with it. You won't be able to make any reservations until January 2nd, technically, but that is moving over there. Now, HH Connect, the reservation on being accessible through HH Connect is going to take a little bit of time, so there's going to be a little bit of gap where you won't be able to access the reservations on HH Connect, but we'll always have our sign-up sheet up front. You can leave us a message or email to me or Oliver or Yanni, and we'll make sure we get you set up. We'll also be doing some classes and putting some literature out on how to actually make the reservations on the website. But it's very simple, and if we've been doing it through OpenTable, I think it'll be just fine. And if you've been doing the online ordering, it's going to look very, very similar to what you've been doing there. So we're looking forward to switching that over. It's kind of putting things all in one bucket. We've also been having a lot of issues with OpenTable recently. I know several residents have reached out to me with different issues making the reservations there, and so we're really hoping to cut down on all those issues with that. So looking forward to that. Yeah. Sunsetting, the question is, what do I mean by sunsetting OpenTable? That means we are getting rid of OpenTable, so it will no longer be available for you to use to make reservations for us. So we'll be switching over the whole system to the full count system. All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone. And next up is going to be Sue and Jack. Okay.
Thank you. Good guess. Partners in Caring Endowment provides funds for resident assistance staff scholarships, and enhancement grants. And so just to remind you how that works, your contribution goes into the endowment. We don't touch the endowment. That endowment builds over time, and it's the interest and income generated by that endowment that provides for all of these other activities. So the gift that you give is literally the gift that keeps on giving. So far, 76% of the residents have contributed so far. We'd like to push that percentage up a bit. So we hope you will consider giving. You may get a reminder lately if you haven't given. And we would like to remind you to make that contribution by the year's end. We've raised so far $468,000. We're well on our way to the $500,000 goal, and we hope that you will be among us and joining us in making that contribution. Recently, my son asked me if family can make contributions to that fund. Aha. And indeed, family and friends can make contributions. You can make a gift to the Partners in Caring in memory of someone who's passed away, or in honor of someone's, birthday, or anniversary, or graduation, or holiday. And in fact, now's a timely time to consider a holiday gift for the person on your gift list that may seem to have everything. You can do this by paying by check. You can charge your Horizon House billing account. You can put it on your credit card and earn some miles on your favorite airline. And philanthropy will notify the recipient of your generosity. So you can pick up these gift forms by the memorial board on the way to the dining room, or you can pick up a brochure on the way out today, or you can stop by the philanthropy office and talk to Charlene or Ruth Ann and learn all about philanthropy and giving and what your contribution contributes to the community. Remember, 'tis the season for giving. So what better way to give to your friends and colleagues here in Horizon House than what benefits them all? Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Thank you again for all of the giving that you already do. And I love that Erica announced one of the real strengths of this community is stewardship. And you do that all the time with the gifts that you give to Partners in Caring and the other ways that we ask you to reach out here. So again, thank you. I just wanted to show you that how much different we make, but that's not the one we want. Wrong button. Thank you. This is the one we want. We want to let you know where some of these gifts have gone to. This year so far, we've distributed $350,000 to support our residents' assistance program. And those are the residents who, through no fault of their own, have had their resources diminished, and we can support them because no one ever has to leave Horizon House. So that's a number that we really love, and we know that we expect by the end of the year to have spent $400,000 in support of our residents' assistance. We also have spent so far $96,000 in support of staff and staff dependents who are achieving their educational goals through the staff scholarship program. And we have people tell us all the time how wonderful that is for them and what their child has done through the scholarship program. By the end of this year, we hope to have spent to spend over $130,000 supporting our staff scholarships for the end of the year. And then finally, we've spent $45,000 bringing joy to staff and residents through enrichment grants, and we have some nice enrichment grants coming up thanks to the gifts that we have. We're going to have improv classes coming up, and my favorite, we're going to have performances by both the Roosevelt High School and the Garfield High School jazz bands, and those are famous jazz bands. So those are really nice things that you all are doing for ourselves. So as always, thank you very much. Which one is it? I did this one, it didn't work. The year has passed. We might figure this out by the end of the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue, and thank you, Jack, for all of your help this year. Appreciate it. They are our champions out in the community, so you can always ask them too if you have any questions about what we do in Partners in Caring. All right, gift wrapping. We Dana Philanthropy like to help our community as a way to thank everyone for their generosity, and we open up the Park View Lounge to wrap gifts. So bring your gifts down Tuesday between 10 and 2, Tuesday the 9th, and then the following Tuesday on the 16th. Bring them down, and even if you don't have any packages to wrap, just come on by. There'll be some hot cocoa, hot apple cider, and Christmas music. And just come down for a little cheer. All right? And now, Ruth Ann, my coworker here, has some things to say about Heritage Society.
Thank you, Charlene, and thank you, Sue and Jack. Okay. On November 13th, we celebrated our Heritage Society members. These generous residents have included Horizon House in their will, retirement account, or have made it major gifts. There are currently 115 Heritage Society members. We were so happy to work with Chef Joey and his team to plan the menu. This is a preset appetizer, and I'm still thinking about that little puff pastry. It was so tasty. We love the music of John Carrington. He is a tenured harpist with Pacific Northwest Ballet and a good friend of several residents and Jeff Graham. Here are Bob and Maureen Gibbons. They became Heritage Society members this year. Thank you. And George and Sue. And Doris Ray and Jean Krill. Here's Doris. Doris became a Heritage Society member in 2015 with a named endowment. Thank you, Doris. And the parents, David and Carol. And here's Elizabeth. We had a wonderful talk by Leonard Garfield. He is the executive director of Mohai. He shared a collection of iconic and rare Seattle photos from their collection. And here are Charlene and I all dressed up. Our doors are always open if you would like to talk about being a Heritage Society member. Thank you so much. And here's Erica. Thanks.
Before we move on from Partners in Caring, I just, again, we want to thank you. This is such a giving community. Between the employee gift and Partners in Caring, it just blows my mind. A wonderful organization in Alexandria, Virginia that I really love and admire posted, what they give. And this community is probably double the size of Horizon House. And when I thought about, this is great, but then I thought about what the giving is here. We give far more. Our residents give far more. Our employees, our board, all who contribute give far more. So this is really a giving community. But I also wanted to put another take on Partners in Caring and how important that endowment is for the organization's financial health. It was never more apparent than going through financing. Just so you know, the endowment, it's not calculated in any of our debt service coverage ratio or days of cash on hand. It sits outside. And when the investors heard that, their eyes kind of, wow, okay. So it told them a lot about our community, for one, that we have this giving community. And we shared the people who are coming are just as philanthropic. We just are going to have them be philanthropic for Horizon House as well. But the financial health of our organization is so important. The West Tower, again, it's just a tool. It's a tool for the sustainability of the organization because of the expansion, but it is only one tool. The financial health is really the thing that's going to make the organization last for generations to come. And that endowment is a key piece of it. It allows us to be innovative. It allows us to be giving. It allows us to attract talent. it allows us to invest in talent. And so I just want to say thank you for those of you who've given. If you haven't given, I encourage you to, because I think not necessarily the amount. What's really important is that we have a broad, group of community members who say we believe in this organization. And so thank you again. All right. Is Don here? I don't see Don in the room. Okay, he's not here. All right, so I wanted to, just share where we are today with West Tower. We are at our 70%. Yep. We had a goal of achieving 70% by December 31st. We achieved it at the end of November. So proud of what we've accomplished. And again, we accomplished this together. It was everybody that made this happen. We closed officially on the financing of the West Tower, which is, again, the expansion of Horizon House, the expansion of our mission. We closed yesterday formally. So it is a done deal. We plan to start the demo of West Wing mid-December. Once we have an official, go date, you will all be informed. We'll have an official memo that, states, the date, the time, and all of those things so that you are well aware. And for those of you who can see it, you'll be able to peer out and be able to start to watch all that activity. That will become kind of the days of our lives. And we are really excited. We are going to be having a groundbreaking event for all of us to celebrate. For all of you in the room, first and foremost, to invite friends, family. We're going to make this a community event. We want the neighborhood here. We want the city of Seattle to really show up and understand what it is we're doing. We want all of the people who've deposited and believed in this project. We're inviting all of them, and we are going to do a huge media splash on this day. So stay tuned for more to come, but please mark your calendars for January 26th. That is the day of the groundbreaking. There's going to be a lot of people at Horizon House that day, so we're going to be using every space, all of our common area spaces. All right, so, just to let everyone know, we are still seeking membership for the Community Relations and Diversity Committee. This is a committee that is a committee of the board. We need one more resident. It's a 3-year term. It starts January, and the committee meets an odd number of months. If you are interested in serving on this committee, and this committee is really doing some phenomenal work. We have a subcommittee working on scholarships for the greater community to encourage and support people who are going to go into aging services from a community relations perspective. We are really going to be focusing on diversity in a much more invigorating way. So if it's something that you're looking to do or you're interested in, please contact Beth for an application. We like to get you on board so you can get started with us at the first of the year. All right, so HHTV update. We have upgraded the hardware and software. We're phasing out the K4 equipment, and there are going to be more details to come in the next month and a half. Once the project kicks off, they're doing a lot of testing now, but Robert does have his Tuesday information sessions. If you want to talk more about this upgrade, please attend one of those sessions or get in touch with Robert directly. All right, so we had a budget review. How many, by a show of hands, attended the budget review for 2026? Okay, lots of people. And so just to let you know, if you weren't able to, or you want to do a deeper dive or understand more, the recording is available. So please contact Christy or Nick for the link. This is not something that we want to put on our open YouTube channel. All right, you see, I am going to be out of the office during the Christmas holidays. My daughter's coming home from Indonesia from the Peace Corps. Definitely going to be coming to Horizon House. She definitely wants to talk to people here. So she'll be here, wants to hear about other people's Peace Corps and international travel experiences, but I'm going to be taking some time off. And then at the end of January, I do have a Leading Age National Board meeting. Also want to let everyone know, maybe not everyone in the room, but quite a few people, I am going to be asking you to participate in my 360 evaluation. I'm going to be sending out a link and just a short note for that on Monday. And really this 360, it is to help me be a better leader. And so I want, a variety of people to participate, a variety of stakeholders. So certainly residents are a big component of that, board members, team member evaluation of my 2.5 years here. It's almost 3 years. And so it's important for me to know what's working and what's not working for you and what you like to see in my leadership to come. So this 360, I've asked the board to permit this, and they have. And so you will be included in that process. So for those of you who receive a link, starting on Monday, the survey will be open for about 2 weeks. So thank you. Got our employee holiday party. We are so grateful to all of the residents who've planned and worked hard on this. We have talked to employees, especially our new employees who many haven't worked places as special as Horizon House, where the holidays are celebrated and they are celebrated. So we've let them know how important this is, and we're excited to be able to spend Sunday with you from 2 to 4 p.m. We've got some bright spots. We had our past presidents luncheon, which was phenomenal. It blows my mind that, number one, we have so many past presidents living with us, especially for the board. We know Residents Council, they live with us, but that we have board past presidents who actually live with us. Some are coming to live with us, and that just is a testament to our organization. Sometimes I bet many of you have sat on organizations that you thought one thing about, and then when you got on the board and learned things, you learned it was different. But this is a testament that Horizon House it's what it says it is. It's the real deal. We had a nice, wonderful group go to the Leading Age Conference. We have a video coming soon for you. Again, in that mode of stewardship, the investment that you make into our employees to let them go to conferences and learn and share about Horizon House, and our board members who attended. We want to be able to share some of those things back with you. And so we wanted to share a picture of some of our time together at the Leading Age Conference, where we showed up strong. Again, the rest of the country is learning who Horizon House is. And this was so much fun. Let's clap for this. This was so much fun. The West Wing farewell. I don't know, it was one of the warmest, most fun events that I've been to in a very long time. Not just here at Horizon House, but just period. So thank you for everybody involved, for Lorraine who envisioned this, and all of the residents who made this come to life and who participated. And then the studio art sale, which again, I think I probably bragged so much on our studio art. When I first got to Horizon House, I was so enamored by the art on the walls. But I think what really is more impressive to me is the art that is created here at Horizon House, and the studio art sale is a testament of that. All right, I am going to open it up. We've got a few more minutes. Are there any questions or comments that people have before we close out this last fireside chat? Okay, Ronnie has a question.
You mentioned something about closing out K4 in connection with the TV update, and I didn't understand what the connection was.
All right, so I do not want to give you false information. I will have Robert give you more information. K4 will still exist. It's just a platform, the K4 platform for our TV, but I'm going to have Robert get in touch with you so you can get the proper technical answer. All right, so next Fireside Chat is January 30th. So enjoy. Happy holidays to everyone.